Welcome back to Spotlight, Edgewanker, and we just had a fantastic discussion with D Moore and his new CD coming out next Tuesday. We're looking forward to that. And you heard his hit single has just released, newly released single, Love Again. It's Love Again, I think is the name of it.
Incredible artist.
Incredible brother. We've seen him grow over the years. And of course, I'm here with one of my favorite artists in the whole world, my good brother. Listen, it's always good to see you, and not just for your music, but your personality.
Oh.
You know, you're always always happy, you're always positive, you always got energy, and that's what I see. I mean, I don't know you on your downtime.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to be excited about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Kabau Georges is here with me.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be here just talking about this amazing weekend that we have coming up. And for those of you who may have been following what we've been doing, myself and my partner Dalen Vanterpool, which is music entertainment in the BVI, we love creating just premium experiences with music. The music is one thing, that's beautiful, you do the beautiful music and we enjoy that. But the experience that we wrap around the music, that's where we get excited.
Yeah.
So you're going to get the music you like, but you're going to get an experience with it that's going to make it so much more beautiful. So we're excited about that.
Well, I can attest to that. I mean, you know, like you said, the music is one thing, but you just have a good time while you're listening to the music.
Yeah.
And of course, we know that from Luther and Stevie.
Oh, yeah.
And the
groundbreaking Luther versus Stevie show.
The groundbreaking Luther versus Stevie show. I never had more fun in my life.
Yeah.
I was surprised that we weren't getting up and dancing. Because it was that, you know, people were singing along and we were grooving to the music. You know, maybe we were just a little shy. I don't know, people were too dressed up. I don't know what it was.
Well, we're going to solve that.
You're going to solve that problem?
Yeah, we're going to solve that and coming up in the near future.
And of course, the Virgin Islands showcase.
Oh, the VI Women in Song Showcase.
Women in Song Showcase. And before that, the four saxophones.
Oh, the Virgin Islands Sax Showcase. Yes.
The Virgin Islands Sax.
Some great.
You've done some fantastic productions.
Some epic concerts that we've been a part of, and it's been a pleasure to work with a lot of the different musicians, a lot of the top BVI musicians. On these ventures,
and you could name them.
Yeah,
we need to give them brothers Andre.
Yeah, Andre Brathwaite. We're talking about Jeremy Vanterpool, Drexel Glasgow, Rochelle Smith, Lincoln Ward, Trinity, Akeisha Smith, Serbian Williams, Monique Chapdelaine, Ouida. You know, so it's just been an amazing time, and you know, it's been great. You know, coming up as a young musician, and you know. I really admired what the college did with their classics in the atrium, and they really tried to expose the BVI public to international level of high musicality. Even things that maybe were not necessarily that popular, they really put it out there and created a performing arts series where you could get to listen to some classical music at a very high level. And that type of thing is very important in a community in just raising the consciousness about music. So coming up as a young musician, seeing that level of music, and then to be able to get to the point where you're participating on that level, so your fellow countrymen can come out and see you in the same light as they would see the international performer. And this weekend coming up at Bayside Rhythms will be no different. We have 2 international artists is going to be joining us, and you can watch your very own Sons of the Soil put it down, right?
I could imagine.
Like no other. And a lot of the compliments that we've gotten from our shows and our performances is people say, I felt like I was not here. I felt like I was in New York. I felt like I was, you know, somewhere else. You gave me that type of experience. And when myself and Dalen hear that, we're like, excellent.
It makes it all work.
Because we want to take you away.
It makes it all work.
Because, you know, not everybody has the opportunity to go out and have some of the blessed experiences that we've had.
Yes.
He spent time in Atlanta. I spent a lot of time in Boston, and the Boston music scene the jazz scene is really thick up there. So for us to be able to bring that here, you know, it's something that we're really excited about.
And you went to Berkeley School of Music.
Yes.
I think
with someone you know well.
With Camila.
Yes,
my
with your daughter.
Camila.
Yes. Yeah.
And Alton Bertie.
Yes, Alton Bertie.
Yeah. I don't know where Dalen went.
And Javon Rammer, Keith Rammer's son.
Yeah. So and that school put out some big time musicians.
Yeah. It's an incredible school, incredible legacy. I was glad to go there. I always tell the up and coming music students about school. You can as Arthur Selwood used to say, he said you can go to school or you can go to school. Yeah. In other words, there's some people that go to school and they come out of school and I don't know. They went to school, but the school ain't went in them. Yeah. You know, and then there's some people that go to school and they milk the opportunity. They get everything. So I was that guy that was sitting in the practice rooms and I would hear somebody just really playing incredibly, and I would just go knock on their door and I would harass everybody. I'd knock on their door and say, I'm not gonna leave you alone. You have to show me whatever.
How you did that?
Show me what you're learning in your class, because I need to be able to do that. You know, and that's what I used to do. So it wasn't just the classes and the teachers; it was your peers, your peer group, and it was an amazing experience.
So you were taking advantage of all the creativity
I squeezed it for all
the creativity around you.
Yeah.
Now Saturday, this is May 11th. Yeah. This Saturday coming up. Yeah. And it's starting at 5 p.m.
Yes, we're trying to create that jazz festival vibe. So let me explain what Bayside Rhythms is, because it's very important that people understand what is happening. It is something new. We're creating a new experience in the BVI with this. It's a 3-part boutique concert series, or a sophisticated series. We are going to, on this first one, this is the grand, launch of this series. We're going to do 1 concert each month. And this first one, we're starting off with jazz on the beach. I can't think of a better way to start. It's going to be out there at Nanny Key, in the Peg Leg area. We are going to wrap and transform that beach. You're not going to come out there and see something you've seen before. You're going to feel like you've stepped to a different country, right, when you enter. Because that, we want you in the right frame of mind before the first note is played. You just come in, you're like, this just looks like it's going to, I'm in a good mood already.
Yeah, you just know it's going to be good.
And you just know it's going to be good, right? Because people appreciate that, people appreciate that. So we're going to transform the beach out there, and we're gonna start it off right. We have Shonda Lee, great pianist and vocalist. I had the pleasure of performing with her in Atlanta last year. And she's been on tour with Morgan Heritage, all over the world, Japan, all types of places. So she's a dynamic individual. You never know, she might just jump up on the front of the stage and just go crazy. Like she does. She's very dynamic, and incredible vocalist. And so we're looking forward to that. And then we have a renowned trumpeter, Joey Somerville.
Yes.
Who's gonna heat it up for you. And of course you have myself and Dalen and our band. And we are gonna cut loose, because this is an outside show now. There's one thing if you come to the dinner show where you pay it and it's a nice, elegant evening. The ladies are in a very fancy dress, and you're sitting down with some wine.
You don't want to sweat too much.
That's a reserved, beautiful, relaxed, serene evening. But this, you're gonna be outside. We're gonna cut loose.
You're gonna have sand. You're gonna have sand between your toes.
Yeah, sand between your toes. We're gonna cut loose and fire it up, man. We're really excited about it.
So who are gonna be with you in the band?
It's gonna be myself, obviously Dalen Vanterpool on drums. We got Frandy Martin. On vocals and steel pan, we have Akim Johnson. On bass, we have Darren Vanterpool. We're going to have Lanit Gums. She's a good friend of mine. I play with in the Paradise Band from St. Thomas. She's going to be coming up. And on guitar, we're going to have Steve Lake. He's coming. He's from St. Croix, but he lives in Atlanta, and he's been on tour with all types of top musicians. From some of you younger kids would know, like Young Jeezy and all types of people. So he's an incredible guitarist. He's going to be coming in. The reason we have a few of these international persons in our band is because the musicians that we normally work with, Luther versus Stevie, were unfortunately were not able to make this night. So
they had to make some substitutions.
So we had to make some substitutions. We didn't want to, but we had to make that happen.
That's how it came up.
So yeah.
So how long is it going to go on for? I mean, it starts early afternoon.
Yeah. We're gonna get cracking with the live music around 5 p.m. We're gonna have MJ Blues, all right, in there on there as well. Just warming it up for you, and it's gonna be finished around 11.
Okay.
Gonna finish
So
on.
it's a all night event.
Yeah, you're gonna have acts.
Because I'm hoping I'm hoping to make it.
Yeah.
You know,
We're gonna
make
be
it there.
Yeah, we're gonna be rocking and rolling.
Yeah. Because of course, Camila's coming in
Yes.
to open up for Angela Brown in the college.
Right.
And I have to go, obviously.
I mean, you don't have to go.
I have to go, obviously.
But I mean.
But I want.
Yeah.
I still want to make this as well. So I'm glad that it's gonna go on.
Yeah.
Past 11. So
Yes.
I'm hoping that if the college over at around 9,
Yes.
9:30 or so, I could bring Camila. We could come down.
No, you should definitely come down.
To the
should definitely come down.
But I'm looking forward to this, and certainly, I know there's gonna be a lot more,
Mm-hmm.
a lot more coming up. Then that's a Saturday.
Yes. So we have a weekend of jazz.
Weekend of
so
jazz.
we have Bayside Rhythms, which is a landmark event, and then everybody knows what the next day is. Sunday, it's Mother's Day.
Yes.
So, Minister Dalen Vanterpool decided, and I decided, it would be great to really do a Mother's Day show.
Do the music ministry.
Yes, do the music ministry. So we're going to have a great Mother's Day show, and that's going to be at the New Life Baptist Church, and we're going to get cracking about that. It's entitled Breathe. That's the theme for that. It's a musical exhale. And so we're really excited about that as well. So we have a weekend for the whole family, you know. If you want to fire it up, you come out Saturday, you know. We're gonna get loose out there, and then you want to bring your mom, your grandmother out, you know, on Sunday
evening.
It's gonna be a beautiful evening. I can't think of a better place to spend the Mother's Day.
The New Life Baptist Church is an excellent venue.
Yeah. So that's going to be
great sound, great seating, nice ambience.
And the music is really powerful. We've been rehearsing these past couple of days, and you know, our rehearsals are something where, you know, we get so excited. We're in there. Yes, it's a rehearsal, but we're there 1,000%.
You could come to the rehearsal concert.
You could come to the rehearsal concert. Yeah.
Yeah, I know how that is.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna take a break.
Great.
And we're going to come back. We're going to talk some more about the upcoming events. We're going to talk a little bit about your life.
Okay.
Because you've done some other things as well.
Okay.
I know you wrote a book.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Small little.
A little something. We talk a little bit about your philosophy and what makes you so motivated, and and give some advice and encouragement to up and coming artists. Cause
that would be great.
I think that you're one of those persons in the community, one of those artists in the community, certainly that can be a mentor to many of our young people, and I think they need to hear about that. Keep it locked right here to Spotlight. We're going to be right back with more Kamal right after these words from our sponsors.
Spotlight is brought to you by Virgin Island Motors, Tortola Concrete Limited, Bolo's High Tech Printery, and H. Lavity Stout Community College.
Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm here with Kamau Georges, and we're talking about Bayside Rhythms, D-Spot Jazz on the beach, coming up this weekend at Nanny Key. Tickets still available. VIP tickets going fast, so you need to check with OMI, the Best Cup in West End, and you could also go online to www.baysiderhythms.com.
And if you see any of us, myself and Dale on the street, we have tickets. Just
right, and you could come. You could come if you don't have tickets.
You could come and pay at the door.
Pay at the door. But it's on the beach.
Yeah, it's on the beach,
but you just won't get a VIP.
We're just trying to usher people out of that bad habit.
Out of that bad habit.
Because you will get catch many times with some of our shows.
I know it happened to me.
Yeah, we got. Okay. So yeah, we got great shows.
It happened to me. Don't wait to come to pay by the door.
Yeah, a lot of fellas get embarrassed next to the lady. You know what I mean? You can't get in. You know, I met somebody before our last show in the bakery. Like they were with the wife. She said, "I'm so excited about coming." And the show sold out that day, and they didn't get tickets. So I didn't want to go home with that fella. Yeah. When you had to have that conversation.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
that is true. Don't get in the habit of not getting your ticket.
So we're excited. We just listened to a little bit of Joey Somerville.
Yes.
The headlining trumpeter that's going to be coming. So that's great. Later on this week, we're going to try to get him up here when he comes into town. And also on Friday at Mulligan's, we're going to have a meet and greet where you can come out and meet the artists, before the show. So, we're inviting everyone out to that. So that's going to be great.
So everybody going to be in town on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, we're going to be in town just, cutting it up, enjoying what's happening. So Bayside Rhythms, you want to be there. And once again, it's a 3-part concert series. The next concert we're going to have is going to be Divinity Rocks, who's Beyonce's former bass player. It's a female bassist. All right, so that's going to be an amazing show. And then the last show we're going to have in July is going to be Third World's 40th anniversary. So we're taking you on a fantastic voyage. All right, so you want to jump on the train, all right, and go to every stop.
You gonna open up a club?
We open up a club. We're paving the way.
Paving the way.
We're paving the way.
Okay.
All right.
Because it's nothing like being able to get dressed up.
Yeah.
Well, those of us who've been in major cities, who've lived in major cities for a long time, accustomed to getting dressed up, go out to dinner, go to a show. It's just a thing.
And we need more people to be accustomed of it. You have to get the taste in your mouth.
You get taste.
All right, because obviously we're young. I've never ran a club. I don't know about the promotion business that much. I'm a musician. That's my main thing. I would like to do it, but I'm learning from experienced promoters, understanding the business, and really trying to get a good product out there, get people excited about it.
Trumpet extraordinaire Joey Somerville, saxophonist Dylan Vanderpool, and Kamau Georges, along with special guest pianist and vocalist Chanda Lee. Remember May 11, D-Spot Jazz on the beach, the Bayside at Nanny Key.
That's jazz. You like hip hop? That's jazz. That's in jazz. What do you like? You like calypso? That's jazz. You like Latin music? That's jazz. You like gospel? Oh, guess what? That's jazz. It all comes together in jazz.
Jazz is the foundation.
Yeah, no, it's just that jazz, it's this big melting pot. So it pulls from everything, right? It's an exploration. So it's gonna explore rock, funk, hip hop. It's gonna pull everything in, and give it a more free form. It's going to pull this groove from over here, this bass line from over here, this melody from over here, and we're going to take it and we're going to sort of make it freer. Whereas in each of those genres, you're kind of locked in to a certain way it has to be. Jazz will take the main elements and then give it more freedom. So that's what we're doing.
And you heard that in Joey Somerville just now, because he played Michael
Jackson.
The Jackson 5.
Right.
I Want You Back.
And that's jazz.
And he made it in a jazz.
Yeah. So you will get everything that you like in jazz, and that's what I want to have people understand. When you hear that word, it's cool, it's young, it's hip, it's sophisticated. All right, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, and it's making its mark, and I think. Being able to do what Joey Somerville has just done, taking the Jackson 5 song, I Want You Back, and give it that flavor, is exciting. Because remember at one point, we were sort of like not understanding jazz.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm kind of a little older than you.
Yeah.
But I know back in the city, we were kind of not understanding jazz. Jazz didn't have that broad appeal.
Well, that is understandable because
Yeah.
it's to some people say it's a musician's music
Yes.
because you have different types of jazz.
Get ready for the ultimate outdoor jazz experience. May 11th, Bayside Rhythms presents D Spot Jazz on the Beach, featuring trumpet extraordinaire Joey Somerville, saxophonist Dylan Vanderpool, and Kamau Joe, along with special guest pianist and vocalist Chanda Lee. Remember May 11th, D Spot Jazz on the Beach, with Bayside at 90K Tortola. Gates open at 4:30 p.m. For more info, go to BaysideRhythms.com. Sponsored by Roadtown.
And then you hear the bass line is moving all over the place. It's not really repeating. So because one of the things that jazz has always wanted is I want to break out of all constraints.
All the molds.
I want to be free. So that's why it's almost like sometimes repetition is a faux pas in jazz. So we try to be so unrepetitive that it makes it for the average listener, you're trying to grab onto something.
You don't find it.
Right. So that's why many of the jazz musicians, right, they know they have to earn a living, they have to do music that people like. So they're going to pick pop songs, which has the familiar melody that you grew up with.
Have that structure.
Right. And so
And
you're
set it-
happy.
and set it free.
So you're happy, and then we're gonna cut loose on it, so we're happy. So everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the ushering and back in the day they call it jazz fusion,
Right.
And then they graduate to contemporary jazz,
Right.
And-
So you would
yeah.
call that, you technically call this contemporary jazz or smooth jazz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that gives the jazz musician his music, and it gives us the structure that we need to be able to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically
It
it.
helps us pay the bills.
It helps us.
Yeah.
Because I was amazed at that. I thought it was courageous because it's not a complicated song,
Right.
But for a jazz to put it in a jazz
Yeah.
framework I think it's courageous. You know, so
So-
that's cool. So coming up, May 11th, you have Deep Spot Jazz
on the beach.
with Bayside Rhythms, and that was Joey Somerville. You just heard Chanda. She's going to be singing.
Yes.
And of
Get
course,
ready for the ultimate outdoor jazz experience. May 11th, Bayside Rhythms presents D Spot Jazz on the Beach, featuring trumpet extraordinaire Joey Somerville, saxophonist Dylan Vanderpool, and Kamau Joe, along with special guest pianist and vocalist Chanda Lee. Remember May 11th, D Spot Jazz on the Beach, with Bayside at 90K Tortola.
and then of course on Sunday, Mother's
On
Day.
Sunday, Mother's Day,
Yes.
May
You
12th,
come to the church,
you come out to,
the New Life.
yes, to the event we call Breathe, a musical exhale. And that's going to be a dynamic worship experience, like no other. So,
And you could get tickets for these two concerts at OMI.
yeah, you just go to dspotjazz.com or go to UMI.
So you could
Right.
order online.
Yeah. Well, yes. You can go to D-Spot. You can go to
Bayside Rhythms.
Yeah, BaysideRhythms.com and click the link and get tickets. If you see myself or Dylan Vanderpool, you can get us tickets, or you can go to UMI, the best cup in West End.
And you can
can
get
get
tickets.
tickets.
And what about the church? You could get tickets for the church.
You just come and pay the door.
You just come and pay at the door at the church.
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you can buy ticket online, but you can come and pay at the door as well.
All right, that's cool. Great. Now you work hard.
Yeah.
You continue to work hard. You put out a little pamphlet at one time, a little booklet.
Yes, entitled The Process.
Yes.
Yeah, I had written that. I did a little seminar just talking to musicians, producers, and artists about just developing yourself and how to get yourself to a world-class level. That was what that was about, and it was just about some things that I had noticed about just how do you get your craft, your skill, to a level to where you're able to compete on a world-class
Everywhere.
level, right? So where you're not just a Caribbean artist, or you're not just from Tortola or whatever. You're just good by good standards. And I did that as part of the seminar I did. I did 2 of them. I haven't done a follow-up to it as yet, but I do have a lot of new material, and that's something that whenever I speak to up-and-coming musicians or students or any stuff, I always share information that I've gleaned from that one of the key tenets of that is it's really simple. It's simply setting your sights high and modeling yourself after those who you respect, and who accomplish the high level. So, for example, local artists, sometimes you might try to compete against other local artists, which I think is absolutely stupid. Mm-hmm. All right? If you have the frame of mind that you think about the artists who inspire you, who you love, who you look up to, and then you ask yourself this question, how can I get that person to respect me or what I'm doing? In other words, what level do I have to be at so that they're excited about what I am doing? So if I meet them, I'm not coming with my hand open, hey, can you please help me? Hey, can you please help me? How can I make it so they're excited about meeting me? Mm-hmm. Or excited about working with me, even if they don't know me, right? And that's the kind of frame of mind I've had. So I wouldn't, looking at anything local or anybody next to me, I would be saying, okay, if I'm in a room with, Kanye West or Timbaland, is my music are they gonna respect my music? What do I need to do to make that happen? And I've had the privilege of, having some little impromptu meetings here and there, one time getting to play, one or two of my beats for Kanye West, and that was, I have him bob his head like, okay, you know what I mean? So I've had a few of those experiences that, have been great, and I've gotten to see, my music in that light, and I've had some great opportunities to work with some top artists, some Grammy award-winning artists and whatnot. Yeah. So I've been excited about that.
So in your mind, mm-hmm. you pick an artist that you not necessarily pick an artist, but you hear artists, and you say to yourself, I want to play my saxophone like that.
Yeah, the key is to completely destroy any small thinking, mm-hmm. or because what happens, especially when you grow up on an island, you're just looking around, you just see water. You grow up in this box, and you look at the TV, and it feels so far removed. And you sort of have a small mentality, thinking that
I would never get.
I would never get there. So that was me.
That's beyond my reach.
Right, that's beyond my reach.
I shouldn't aspire for that.
But nowadays, I think the young people have so many great examples. We have Ayaz doing his thing, going out there. We have groups like Rock City winning Grammys and whatnot. So you have experience. You can see people your age. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Your generation, who are breaking those molds. So it's just for more and more of us to do it in different genres, from the sports to the business to everything else. Yeah. So that it's just clearly known, I'm not just a Virgin Islander, I'm just a citizen of the world. Yeah. I'm not just in a small box. I can compete on a global level.
Yeah. Is that book still available? Is it somewhere where people it can be shared?
I tell you what, yeah, if you contact me on Facebook, just look up Kamal Georges on Facebook, I'll send it to you.
All right, that's cool. Because I think it's something that young people need to take a look at, and see what it takes to become.
I actually made a audiobook version of it. I read the whole book, and I put my beats under it, so it sounds real dynamic for young people.
Is it on iTunes?
No, it's not on iTunes.
You need to get it on iTunes.
Because I have to re-edit it because I've grown so much since then.
Yeah.
So
you gotta update it.
There's many things I would re-edit and update.
Change and do differently, and
a lot of exciting things I would change.
I remember when two things. I remember when I wanted to be a speaker. When I felt like I wanted to be on the podium and talking political things, and I would visualize Malcolm X in my head. Or Martin Luther King in my head.
You would embody the spirit.
Yeah. I just
of the minister.
Yeah. And when I was thinking about doing a talk show.
Yeah.
On the radio, I would envision Imhotep Gary Bird in my head. He was a talk show host on LIB in New York.
Right.
Back in the day when I was in New York.
Yeah.
And this brother, he seemed to me like he knew everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He knew whatever was going on in the community.
Yeah.
He knew all the various aspects of political life. Mm-hmm. He knew all the various aspects of health. Mm-hmm. He knew there's nothing that he couldn't talk about.
Yeah.
And I would say to myself, I want to be like that. Yeah. And I would just embody his spirit.
It's a very important step. It's not not the final step, but when you're coming up, you have to learn your craft. There's a certain technique to doing what you do. So when you model, it forces you to develop your technique.
Yes.
Once you've gotten to a certain level of technique, then it becomes more important for you to hone your own voice. All right. So it's not that you're gonna follow and copy forever, but you need it to learn the basics, learn the fundamentals, get yourself to a certain level of technique, and then your voice can show.
Yeah. Then you come out.
All right. Yeah. So it's just that step that is very important.
Yeah. So I kind of know exactly what you're talking about, and it's a good technique.
Yeah.
I remember when I started doing television, I couldn't bear to look at myself.
Yeah.
I made so many mistakes. You know, to me, I was like so on the bottom of the pole.
Yeah.
You know, compared to people like Larry King, because that's what I'm.
Yeah, Larry King is cool. Man.
That's what I'm looking at. How easy it was for him to ask a question.
Yeah.
And I would ramble, and I would ask a question 3 times.
Yeah.
And go on and not ask a question.
Yeah.
Or forgot what I asked.
Yeah.
And not have. I mean, I used to just like, oh my God, this is just awful.
Yeah.
But you start thinking about it, and you start looking at these people and trying to emulate them, and then you start being able to focus.
You become sensitive to the different nuances
and you start correcting your mistakes.
Yes.
And you learn and you grow from the experience.
I have a lot of talk, especially with the young musicians. I was coaching some of the musicians at the high school the other day on a performance they were doing. I was talking about, oh great, you guys know the song, now it's time to perform. And I was showing them so many little nuances about, yes, you can just play that note, or you can perform it. It's a big difference. And they thought the song they were playing was boring. I was like, no. I was like, if I was playing a triangle on stage and the whole band was playing, people would watch me all night playing this triangle, because I would play it with such finesse that it would be something to look at. And I just trying to make that point.
Just put the energy into it.
Yeah, I was telling them about the Tito Puente show that they had when the guy, mashed up the whole concert with a cowbell solo.
Yeah, yes.
You were there?
Yes, I was there. Yes.
Not Tito Puente, not the saxophone player.
A cowbell
solo, because he beat every set and make that cowbell sing.
Yeah, it's
right?
true. Yeah.
And that's performance.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's your life. It's not the instrument. It's your life that you're putting out there.
You're putting your personality.
The personality, and that's what makes the difference. So I was coaching them on that, and they really understood. So I'm happy.
That's good. Well, of course, we are blessed here in the BVI to have you in our presence. You went away, you studied, you stayed away for a while, you got some experience, and you honed your skill and you sharpen up, and you're back, and you're bringing a great talent to us, and some fantastic productions and art. And also inspiring all other artists around you. We need to thank you for that, and I certainly thank you for that. I appreciate it, and I like to go everywhere you're playing, because I'm a big fan.
Great.
I'm a groupie.
Thank you.
I'm turning into a groupie, a come out groupie. I know you're gonna deal with that, right? But
you've all been very supportive, and we appreciate it.
I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate what you're doing, really, and it's good for my personal spirit to be able to relax and enjoy quality music and have a good time in my family. So God bless you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it was great to have you on Spotlight. Thanks for stopping by on an instant notice. I just met you on the street. I say, "What you doing? Come on the show tonight." You say, no problem.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah. So that was cool, because you took me out of a spot. That's what it is. One hand watch the other, 2 hands clap. That kind of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anytime.
That's my brother. And I'm trying to get to the show on Saturday.
No, you will be there. You have to speak it into existence.
Speak it into existence. Yes, this Saturday. Bayside Rhythm, D-Spot Jazz on the beach, Nanny Key. And Scott said the gates open at 4 and it's going to go on most of the night. So make sure you get your tickets from Kamawa. You could go online, BaysideRhythms.com. Click on the ticket section, and you could get it from Omi as well, Best Cup in West End. Make sure you get your tickets. Don't show up trying to get in. You might find that the beach is too crowded.
That'll be a monumental, epic first.
It's like the beach warden will be there. Yeah. Nah, no more people on this beach.
Yeah,
man. Yes. Next week we got another interesting lineup for you. We're gonna have. Let me see. Where am I? we're going to have, poor Sean Rose going to be here with his stories, his hot stories making news that week. We're going to have a longtime publisher, newspaper publisher, Lionel Abbott. We're going to be talking about the role of the media in society. Lionel Abbott, she's founder of the Beacon newspaper, a longtime publisher for years. The role of society, the role of the media in society. We're going to have accountant, investment manager, lay preacher, author, motivational speaker, Meade Malone. He's going to be here. We're going to be talking about his upcoming transformational workshop. So you make sure that you're here. Spotlight is going to be a very powerful program, very informative next Tuesday. Of course, you can watch Spotlight on demand at jtvlive.net anytime you want. This program is going to be up as well. So you could log on parts that you miss. You could always see at jtvlive.net. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Continue to email me at jtvspotlight@yahoo.com. And of course, don't forget, Spotlight is rebroadcast every Sunday, 2:30 p.m. on JTV channel 55. Don't miss it. I'm Edgewenka, reminding you that when the spotlight is on, you see the facts. Peace and blessings.
Spotlight is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Clarence Thomas Limited, the BVI Tourist Board, and CCT Global Communications.